Hello and welcome to IPO Central on ET Now. My company today is ESTS Software Services. It's a company which is AI-enabled cloud and provides data center infrastructure and software solutions in India. Is one of the two companies which is doing that in India at this point in time. And it provides a wide spectrum of services which includes GPU as a service, cloud managed services, infrastructure for data center and software solutions as well. The company's IPO is opening on August 28, closes on September 1st. It's priced between 408 to 429. 720 crores is the primary issue which it's coming out with. And joining me now is Mr. Piyush Somani, who is the founder, MD and CEO of the company. Piyush, data centers and AI, that's a theme globally which is going on. Give us a sense of how your business has evolved, especially from a point of view that are you providing infrastructure for them or are you providing now solutions? How has the business transformed?
So the journey started 21 years back from city of Nashik. So I started giving outsource hosting support to American data center companies, UK-based data center companies. And then from there, got an opportunity to acquire one of the American companies to UK-based companies. And then the transformation happened from being a web hosting provider to a data center service provider to a cloud hosting service provider. In 2010, we launched our own data centers in India. We launched our cloud platform in India with real-time autonomous scaling technology, for which we later on got the American patent, UK patent, and India patent. So from there, it just kept on evolving for us. We were the first one to bring artificial intelligence in cloud. And then after that, opening multiple data centers and now becoming a neo cloud provider where we are also offering large scale GPU clusters to our customers. So the journey which started 21 years back from a small backyard of a kindergarten in Nashik to where we are today has been mesmerizing. And now what we are seeing in the world, especially what is happening outside of India, go east and you will see some amazing AI related stuff happening over there. If you go to America, you will see 476 gigawatts of demand coming from American data center companies, which America is not able to fulfill. So 500 gigawatt over there, 500 gigawatt over here, that's the kind of demand which is coming for data centers. And the reason is artificial intelligence. So the amount of GPUs that are being deployed over there, and every month the GPU prices are going up, the RAM prices are going up. We are part of the ecosystem. We are seeing partners around us, how the business is shaping up. So the exciting times ahead for us.
You know, you spoke about GPUs, that's a central for any data centers. What is the kind of sourcing agreement that you have for GPUs? Because to set up data centers, you need GPUs and you also provide GPU as a service. Do you have long-term agreements with all the vendors like NVIDIA or others to provide you the platform and the GPUs?
Yeah, so you have to be in the ecosystem. Obviously, NVIDIA approvals are required, and that is what a couple of projects that we are doing. So we have already got the necessary approvals in place. Due diligence happens on you, so that is already taken care. And now we are in the ecosystem. Everyone who is there in that, be it a DDN storage or the VAST or any of the neo cloud companies all over the world. There are around 147 neo cloud companies all over the world with whom almost 5 such companies are already our existing partners now. So we work with them. Lenders are there. So there are close to 25 American lenders who do the majority funding. Almost $316 billion is what they have funded in the last 1 year to the neo cloud companies all over the world. So you have to be in that ecosystem to work with them.
Give us unit metrics for a data center like you're setting up the infrastructure, but you're also providing GPU as a service and software solutions. So how's the investment? Is it capital intensive in that sense, or does it get bankrolled or backrolled by your clients?
So being an Indian company, there are limitations. Like if you are an American company getting funding for the data center, getting funding for the GPUs or the CPUs, softwares also becomes quite easy. But being an Indian company, limitations are there. So that's why we go in a partnership model. So we identify a data center partner. So if it's a small data center that we can do 5, 10, 20 megawatts, 50 megawatts, fine, we can do it. But upwards of 50 megawatt, then we have to go and identify a data center partner. They will have their rates. Like in India, the data center rates can be like $75,000 per month per megawatt. Outside India, everyone is charging today upwards of $150,000 per megawatt per month. So that are the those are, and the power is also twice expensive outside of India. But still, everyone is deploying the clusters outside of India because the lenders are very comfortable giving funding outside of India. At the moment, the lenders are not comfortable giving you funding in inside India, because if anything goes wrong with any of the clusters, can they take out the GPUs out of India? Can they take out their assets out of India? So no, that is not a possibility because of the FEMA regulation and the RBI compliances and the customs and everything. So that is the reason we are working aggressively outside of India. In India, you can work with a limited set of customers only, and where the lenders are not actively participating with like 60 or 65% of debt. If you are able to get an equity funding and then do the setup in India, then and then only it is currently working out.
So when you tie up with the client, they come and do an equity funding for you, or how is it? It's your initial capital and they do the lending for you?
Yeah, so outside India, the model at the moment is that the client is giving you almost 35% of the capex, and the balance 70 or 65% of the capex comes from an American lender. And that is how everyone is scaling up at the moment. If you will see the growth of Sharon AI in Australia, or Nscale in UK, CoreWeave, Nebius, Lambda, everyone. So they are all like getting advance from the customer, 12 months advance from the customer. That is amortized over a period of next 3 years or 5 years. And then the remaining funding comes from. But in India, the lenders are not available at the moment for this emerging business model. At the moment, we are going with the traditional models where we are funding a highly depreciating asset like a car or
so entire capital comes from you basically.
Yeah, correct. So at the moment, equity capital has to be, but if you are doing in India, you have to bring your own equity capital. Outside India, where we are doing up in places like Australia or in Europe, there we are getting lenders to fund.
So two questions. So your operations are currently in India. Are you looking at operations outside India as well?
We are majorly focusing on scaling up outside India at the moment. So this is an emerging business model outside India. And with obviously, trust is a very important thing here. So customers want to see, do you bring that capability to deliver this kind of clusters? What is your reputation? So if you are a reputed company, if you are a listed company, that helps you to get very big customers and big clusters.
So what is the total capacity of data centers that you have today, and what is the kind of 720 crores which you're raising in primary? How is it going to be used?
So this 720 crore is going to help us to like put up close to 10 megawatts of data center, and approximately 10 megawatts, and then close to some 500, 600 GPUs, and then there would be some CPU and servers. So capacity wise, it's not going to do much for us, but we have partners in place right now. So the purpose of listing is like, if you will see the way Sharon AI got listed, or CoreWeave and Nebius got listed, and the scale that at which they have grown. Sharon AI in February had hardly 1,000 GPUs with them. Today they are sitting on a 200,000 GPU orders. Nscale last year, exactly 11 months back, they were 0, and today they have 3 gigawatts deployed in Europe. So this is the kind of growth that is happening in this sector. You have to just win trust of 1 or 2 customers, and a lot of other customers come to you.
So today, how many GPUs you have?
So we have 8,200 running in Australia, and a few hundreds here in India.
And the maximum operation is now coming from Australia for you?
At the moment, Australia is scaling up for us, and then we are parallelly looking at the Nordic region also in Europe.
Okay. And what is the kind of order outlook that you have? Because you spoke about the fact that, there's a rapid scale up which is happening. From 8,200 odd GPUs which you have now, how do you plan to take it up, and what kind of advanced orders which you are getting?
Funnel is very strong. I cannot disclose the number, but we have a good funnel with us right now. working closely with a couple of customers. So we expect to scale up similar to what the industry standard is at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Give me a sense of the kind of margins that you sit on, and how do you do the accounting part of it? Because what I see in your RHP is that you've got advances from your customers as well, over 1,000 crores, which is there in current liabilities, which is there. That gives an EV multiple of 15, 16, EV to EBITDA multiple of 15 to 16 times for you. But how is that advances? So this is a 12-month advance that you get from every client, and do you do advance booking for GPUs, and what is the lag time for getting the GPUs?
Almost like when it comes to a large cluster, so delivery timelines are 6 to 9 months. It's a very large cluster, like what we are setting up currently in Australia also. It's a massive cluster, one full data center of almost 50,000 square feet. And then entire plumbing has to be done. You have to ensure that no leakage happens over there. So the clusters take a lot of space, and that's why it takes that 6 to 9 months time.
Okay, and so when you do tie-ups, you do tie-ups with real estate developers, or you have to develop your own real estate?
Depends. In our case, we don't invest into the real estate, so the land and building comes through a partner. We prefer that to lease that, and partner should give that to us. And then in some cases, we will do the MEP. If it is a smaller cluster, the MEP can be done by us, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. But for larger clusters, we prefer the landlord and the MEP partner to bring their data center. And then in that data center, we bring our cluster. So if it is a large cluster, upwards of like 5,000, 10,000 of GPUs, then it has to be an American listed company or international partner who gets easy funding, cheaper funding at 6% to 8% rate of interest. So they bring the GPUs, they give it to us at a certain price per hour, per GPU price, they give it to us. We load our Swaraj Cloud platform on top of it. So our Swaraj Cloud has got 40 different constituents of it, like 40 different solutions are inside Swaraj Cloud. And then that as a combined service. So the land, building, data center, and the entire MEP, and then on that MEP, the GPUs are there. On the GPUs, you have the Swaraj Cloud platform, and then the Swaraj Cloud platform delivers entire service to the customer on a per hour, per GPU basis. So we make our margins by giving that as a fully managed services to our customers.
And what would be the kind of rentals or the service cost which is there per hour basis?
So at the moment, the players who are there in the market, the listed companies who are there, that are there in America, they charge like if it is a B300 or a GB300, so they are charging like a minimum of a $4.5 per hour and can go up to $6 to $8 also per hour. Their ROCE margins are upwards of 45%. EBITDA margins are around 85%. PAT margins are around 40%. So all the players which are there in this business, which are scaling up very aggressively, they are making good margins.
And how do you compare yourself with them from a margin point of view and from the rates which they are charging? How much do you charge?
Yeah, so our ROCEs are also going to be similar in the future. At the moment, our ROCE appears to be much higher than theirs because we are not doing CapEx. CapEx is going in their books and assets are going in their books. But in the future, we may also do some clusters ourselves. So out of maybe 5 clusters, 1 would be fully on our books, 4 would be on the partner's books. So, but we anticipate to have good ROCE margins.
No, what I'm seeing is that your EBITDA margins have gone up from 35% in 24 to 49.6%, 50%. You spoke about that, American data centers have up to 85% of margins. Is that the trajectory that you will also follow?
Yeah, hopefully we should also follow that same trajectory.
And how much time does it take to scale up to that trajectory?
1 or 2 large orders change everything here in this business model because the kind of customers we had until now and the kind of customers with whom we are talking now, it's a complete change that has happened now. So no longer you are going to cater to a similar set of customers, similar size of customers. Your quality of customers and the revenue at which they are dealing, those customers are dealing, that is all changing big time.
And does it require more capital when you go up aggressively, because this entire play is going to happen for next 2 to 3 years, and you need to scale it up. Is the 720 crores which you're raising, is it enough, or will you need more capital coming in?
We'll figure out. We have a smart team at the back end. High quality partners are there in place. The entire ecosystem is well known to us. The most important thing we believe right now is the trust. So your customer wants to believe in you, trust in you, that can you deliver this kind of orders that when they place with you. That is what we are targeting. Money should not be a problem moving forward.
You know, within India, you said there are lots of limitations, and that's why you have a big operation outside India, which is in Australia. What are the kind of opportunities which you are seeing? Because we are seeing a lot of American hyperscalers now setting up a shop in India. Is that an opportunity for you?
Yes, obviously we have that opportunity. As India starts scaling up to this opportunity, we will see ourselves also scaling to it. And looking at the geopolitical situation all over the world, India has also realized now, our government, our banks, our regulators have realized that it is very important to have data localization, and complete digital sovereignty is the utmost priority for government of India. Myself being the president of Bharat Digital Infrastructure Association, we keep on writing, we keep on meeting the ministries, be it our own ministry, the MeitY and the finance ministry. So we keep on meeting them, we keep on sensitizing them. Over the next 4 or 5 years, we see India doing a lot to promote Indian companies, local companies.
I was looking at your total assets as well. It's gone up by nearly 3x from FY25 to 26, and I assume the kind of capex that you've added in that. Is that the trajectory for you over the next 3 to a few years as well?
As we will earn more cash from the business, we will deploy that cash in asset, because the assets are appreciating asset at the moment. So next 5 years, we can see no major semiconductor capacities coming across the world. Looking at the demand and supply gap, so the supply that is going to come over the next 5 years all over the world is not going to fulfill the demand. So the appreciation of GPUs is going to continue for at least next 5 years.
It's going to continue because of scarcity of semiconductors. And generally, GPUs are depreciating assets as well.
In the past, people thought like that CPU, RAM, GPUs, these are depreciating asset. But at the moment, these are appreciating asset. The laptop which is there in front of you, now that costs twice compared to what it was 6 months back. And maybe 6 months down the line, it will become even more difficult to, it will go out of the budget of the common households of India.
Finally, give us a sense of the kind of scalability that you can see for yourself, not only in India but overseas. So you're saying that you're looking at Nordic countries as well. You already have Australia operations, and then India, where in India also you're setting up 2 new data centers in Kolkata and another city which is there, Cyberabad. Do you already have an anchor client already for them, is it?
Yeah, we are talking to anchor clients. So getting clients is not a challenge at the moment. Having the ecosystem supporting you, all those who are there part of this ecosystem, they need to be there with you. So that is what is the most important thing. Funding is not a challenge right now. Neither getting the clients is a challenge. Your reputation and your partnerships, that is what the most important thing is at the moment.
And what is the typical scale-up time from ground zero to the operation normally for a data center of 5 megawatt?
5 megawatt doesn't take any time. But if it is a 50 megawatt, you want to finish that in 9 to 10 months now. So earlier it would take 2 years.
And does that timeline get extended because of the kind of demand you have for GPUs which are coming in?
No, now you have to cut down on the timeline. So what is happening in the entire Nordic region, all the old factories which were there, printing factories were there, any kind of factory which had a very good base there on which you can put machines that can be like 3000 kgs per square meter. And now all those factories are getting converted into data centers. So there, because the temperature doesn't go like 40-45 degrees Celsius in India, so entire Nordic region is just getting all the factories, and factories getting converted into a data center. So in 6 months time, entire building gets transformed into a data center.
The data center farms which are getting up because you have a natural climate to take care of the heat generated
And
there.
a lot of renewable power over there.
And in India, do you find power as a challenge at this point in time?
No, there are multiple states which are power surplus, and now all the power companies making BESS mandatory, battery energy storage. So I can see that India has a massive opportunity. If we sort out this lending problem and give comfort to lenders that their GPUs can come inside India smoothly and go outside of India smoothly, I can see few hundreds of billions of dollars being invested in India for GPUs in the next couple of years.
Mr. Somani, thank you very much for joining us on IPO Central. Your IPO is opening on 28th of August. Price between 408 to 429 per share. It gives you a little over 5,000 crores of market value at the upper end of the price band. Thank you for joining us today.